Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, it's working. All right, so sorry guys for not um making videos for the past few weeks, but I had some stuff to do at school, and I told you guys that it would be mainly like not very interesting. But I guess you guys have requested a small video, and I'm gonna make it a very very small video, but hopefully educative. So let's just go over S&P. So S&P is just going up slowly but surely, um, but at any point it's gonna go down. Um, it's just the real question is when, and that's the real tough question. Now, what do we need to look at is basically uh, we just need to keep on trading the smaller waves up, the smaller degree patterns, and then as soon as we are going to get a very very big move down, the next sideways move up, we're going to take the short. Okay, and my subscription for TradingView has ended, so I need to renew that, but I'll do that after my exams. So yeah, um, we just gotta be patient and wait for a deeper move down, because as soon as we're gonna get this big move to the downside, we're gonna get a sideways, and then we're gonna be able to take the short. For now, there's nothing we can really do. You just gotta keep waiting on the smaller degree patterns like this one, right? So as soon as you get a 1, 2, 3, break the low, you buy. And yeah, on NQ it's a bit cleaner. You see it perfectly, 1, 2, 3, buy, and then boom, this can definitely take off. Okay. And yeah, guys, we're just grinding up after a small correction. So I guess keep on buying, but obviously be careful right now. We're definitely high, and we can always come back down. Nvidia came back here, could definitely go back up, so look for the buy. AMD, like I said, this is a clear pattern. If you've been following me, broke the high, then what do we get? Either we get a tank or we get a sideways. Okay, so either way, you shouldn't be in the long. So again, this is very easy. Look at this pattern, and this is basically going to be a very very brief learning stream, because I've got some patterns lined up, and I'll just make it clear for you. So again, the way we go up is very very slow. We go up, we get a sideways, 1, 2, 3, up. We break the previous high, so either we can tank for this to be a 1, 2, 3, okay, for us to tank, which is possible, or this is going to go sideways and then go back up again. Okay, but you can see how you shouldn't really be very much invested in the long here, because you're waiting for a 3-wave. And for you, you newcome, or anybody that's interested in what I do, you have to understand, because you're reading this Elliott wave book, okay? But you have to understand, when you're learning Elliott wave book, don't focus on the count, okay? And this is very important. Don't focus on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This doesn't matter. Like I told you, focus on the patterns. Okay, so if you read that book on Elliott wave that you told me about, I remember he had one of his trades where he showed a triangle or whatever on corn. Okay, or it was a commodity. I don't remember correctly. Either wheat, corn. No, I think it was coffee. Anyway, so you have to look at the patterns and what he says he was doing within the patterns, because that's what's important. It doesn't matter if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is what pattern are you looking at. Here, it's very easy. You look here, and as soon as we come all the way back here, you look for a buy. Okay? This is very, very simple. Because you got the pullback from 25 to 22, you come here to complete a very easy 3-wave, and then you should look for the buy. It's very simple. That's all I do, and that's all you should be looking at if you're trading Elliott wave or whatever you want to call it. Okay, this gives you a good R2R setup, and that's all you care about in the market. That's a very very simple way to get an edge. Okay, Oh yeah, let me just come back in. I'm not saying this can't drop further, okay? And this is very important. I'm not saying this can't drop further. I'm just saying here, if you're looking for a long, this is where you should get in, okay? Not here, because you're always looking for the three-wave first, but here. All right, that's it. Okay, let's go through these. This is not important. You guys wanted the important ones. Google, same thing. I don't think this is going to go up. You know, um, right now, and I don't think this is a three-wave either, because we didn't break the low here. We didn't break the low here. If this had broken the low here, I would have been like, yeah, sure, this is a long. But now this is a bit this is a bit confusing. And according to, you could be long here, but according to my strategy, I can't, okay? Because I'm always waiting for it to break the low before I buy. But if you're long here, just protect your thing, because this could still be this pattern, right? You get 1, 2, 3, and you get a three-wave inside, okay? So be careful. This could definitely happen. Apple. So Apple is looking good for the long. You got your sideways, and then you can look for the buy. 2 weeks of sideways is very, very healthy for an up move. So now you should be looking to chase. Well, not chase, but I mean get into your long positions, right? So you get the down move, you get the sideways, and then you're ready to buy. Can this do this up, down here, and then up? Yes, definitely. So this is something you have to consider. Okay, this has always to be in the back of your mind. All right. Amazon. So Amazon was really nice. If you got into the buy here, very, very good. I know some of you guys made some crazy amounts of money on that Friday. I didn't want to chase it because I still think that Amazon is not. Well, it's not that it's not ready. It's just that this was very, very nice to trade, right? And now I don't feel comfortable trading this, just because I feel like the market is slowing down, and I don't want to be trading options when the market is slowing down. I mean, I don't want to be long options when the market is slowing down, right? So and obviously you can argue, hey Dragos, the market has slowed down for the past 2 weeks. Shouldn't it accelerate now? This is a very, very valid point. But I just think that we're going to stay more sideways. I might be wrong, but this is my opinion. Like, I should be focusing on other stuff in my life right now than trading, because we're not here anymore, all right? We're here, and it definitely looks like this thing wants to do this. Okay, for the next month or two. All right, so I'm not hard pressed to trade. Okay. Facebook as well. You can definitely see that it's very, very bleak action. Definitely we can get the up move all the way here to 166, but we're still gonna come down. So to create a very deep sideways. So honestly, I wouldn't do anything here. I would just wait. Netflix. Netflix is creating inside patterns, so you could see that this could be a bull flag. So you should be looking for the buy here. But even though we go up, it's still, even though we go up here, it's still gonna come back down here to complete this three wave. Okay, because this wave doesn't have a like a similar one here, so we have to wait. It might go deep here, but it's still gonna come down. Okay. All right, so we covered the majors. Oh, MSFT as well. So MSFT is just it's in this big sideways. I think it's gonna come all the way back down here at this point. So MSFT might grind a little bit more. It's gonna come back down. Oui. Wow, c'est très beau. Ok, j'arrive bientôt, ok? Okay, bye. Okay, so it's gonna come back down, very similar to Netflix, and then it's gonna attempt to go up here, but it's gonna come back down, I think. So it's just in a very, very deep sideways. So don't panic if you're not long, and don't panic if this drops, because this is just going to drop around this place, 108, and then it's going to come back down. It's going to go back up. BABA. So BABA, what you can do is you can pull the trend line. It's going to keep on making these spikes and making these sideways, right? So here you can definitely see that it wants to grind up here and then create a divergent pattern for a deeper correction before it goes back up. On the bigger picture for BABA is upside for sure, but for now at this point you gotta start booking your profits. But there's no real pattern to short either. You can't just get into a short right now saying, oh, it's high, because if it just goes back up, you're at a big loss, and time is ticking. You know what I mean? It's always better to chase the Momo with options like when you see the Momo, right? So when you see this big drop, you get in on the sideways. Okay, you have to wait for this big drop, because this could definitely just do this, right? Tick 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 tick, and you're dead. Your option is totally like over at this point. If you take like dated contracts and then it drops and you're not in because you're like, oh, I'm gonna take my 50% loss. You can definitely see this on some stocks like MSFT, right here, right? So before the drop, we had this huge, like sort of, that's called a diagonal, but it keeps on grinding up, but you know we're high, right? You know we're really high, but it keeps on grinding up. You want to short this, but it keeps on grinding up. You're bleeding. So yeah, LMT is the king of that pattern, because you can definitely see this right here, right? This was very, very frustrating. Chick chick chick, and then boom, huge tank, right? So yeah, but the one that I'm interested in, and this is why I called it out, because it's ready for it to go up, is Baidu. And we got the up move that I was looking for. And if you look at my previous webinar, I said, guys, wait for 3-wave, 1, 2, 3, and then you can buy. Now here's the thing: we broke the low here from 167. So is this a buy at 164? Is this a buy? Is this a buy right here for it to take off? Yes. Okay. This is a buy. All right. This is a buy. So all I'm saying, first of all, I'm not telling you guys to buy here. This is a mistake. Okay. I'm waiting for it to dump from 172 to 164. That's a huge move, and the stock is already down so much. Okay. And I don't like, Baidu is used a lot in China. So this is ready to reverse. Whether you like it or not, this is ready to reverse. So if you took the buy at 164, you should be holding it, because we're looking for this to take off now. Okay? Even if it comes to 160, 162, 160, it doesn't really matter. It's still ready to take off. All right? So don't panic. Don't panic. This is a good trade. All right? This is a good trade still. Okay? So that's it. There's nothing to add here, and I would honestly I like Baidu more than BABA, even though, BABA has went up a lot more, but this trade was mainly like all in January. Even though we had this huge move here, it's mainly been in January that we had the crux of the up move. TME. So this is very, very similar to IQ. Like I've said, this is ready to go for some more. So look for the buy here, 1, 2, 3. And look at this pattern right here, guys. 1, 2, 3, break the low, up. Yeti, very, very similar. Very, very similar. So 1, 2, 3, smaller degree pattern within a spike. Boom, you buy. Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to add. This is all I'm waiting. And honestly, I showed the IQ and TME comparison in my previous webinar, so you can definitely see that. I need to update my my trading view, but I'll do that after my exams. But yeah, if you look at this, this is very, before it took off, this is very similar to TME right now, right? So we get the deep sideways and then it takes off, right? And the music industry in Asia is just getting started. So this is definitely a keeper. JD, you know, very, very similar. We go up, we tank on after ER, but it's still within the spike. So you just look for buys, all right? Bizun has ER next week. Look for the buy. If TME, and this is the thing, if TME and other guys are ready, other similar stocks are ready to take off, this is also ready to take off. ER in 3 days, so this is definitely a good buy. It's down so much. I mean, how lower can it go, right? This is the whole thing. How low can it go? And remember, when you are a long biased, always wait for these corrections, because the way a complex system works is that, you know, for complex systems, it takes a long time to build something, aka to go up, right? To build a village, but it takes 1 month to destroy it, right? It takes like a year to construct a village, but it takes 1 month to destroy it, right? So this is very similar to what's happening here. So you can always wait for corrections before going long. Don't panic. This is how you deal FOMO. For me, FOMO doesn't exist, right? This is how you deal with FOMO, is by waiting for corrections before you buy. Because then you have a good R2R setup. Momo, same thing. Right? Momo, same thing. You know that we're about to reverse, so boom, you get a spike up, you wait for the sideways. 1, 2, 3, break the low, buy. Okay? Then you think we're high, okay, no FOMO. I'm gonna wait for it to correct back to the trend line, and I'm gonna look for buys. Okay, that's very, very simple. That's it. Boom, there you go. All right. AAL, American Airlines. I thought it might go back all the way here, but it might not do this. So you can look for the buys here. We're gonna skip some of these. Not interesting. UAA, another example of a 3-wave on the 4-hour. So this is definitely ready to take off. And even though, you know, we bought some contracts here on ER, well, after ER, sorry, and it went all the way here and then went all the way back down. But you have to remember, this is still in spike mode. Okay, at any moment, this could take off, right? I don't know why or what the news might be, but it can take off. ANF. ANF is in this huge cup and handle pattern. Look out for that one. Okay? Look out for that one. It might be huge. Okay? We got this one, CPRI, also a huge cup and handle. Came all the way here. By the way, guys, be careful, man. Like, I saw you guys, some of you guys, and it's fine. You know, sometimes we want to risk a little bit more, but you guys were buying here. But this thing was already up like, what, 20% from ER? Like, that's a lot. Just wait for it to come back down. And now you can look for the buy, okay? Always wait for it to come back down. Most of them come back down. You don't have to chase, all right? Fossil, also ready to take off. If this is the completed pattern, this can take off. So look out for that one. Nothing else interesting here. Guess is also interesting. This is definitely ready. 1, 2, 3, break the low. This is ready to take off, guys. So look out for guess. XRT, just a quick update. This is still a 3-year correction looking to take off. There's nothing else to add here. Oh, and this is a very important one. Goose. All right, so here's the thing. If you're doing Elliott wave and all that stuff, I don't have problem with you liking Elliott wave. The only thing I have problem with is that you're gonna see some guys saying that this is still gonna go and this is wave 2. But how is this wave 2 if this is not a 3-wave correction? And this is where Elliott wave people go wrong. And this is for you, Newcomb, is that you have to understand that a correction is always in form of 3s, man. Okay? So when you start learning Elliott wave, don't focus on the labeling first. Focus on the patterns, okay? This is very, very important. Don't fall into this trap of labeling. I don't have problem with you if you're labeling afterwards. I don't. But you have to understand that this is very, very likely to come all the way back down here before you buy. Okay? That's it. That's it. It's very, very likely that it comes all the way back here, breaks the low, 48.60, 47.70, and then takes off. All right? That's it. All right? That's it. So you have to wait for these patterns, man. You have to wait. Let's do FNKO. So FNKO, I said in my previous webinar, you should focus on BOMO stocks. So if you caught that buy, good job. I hope you made money. Here is also interesting. So this went all the way back here. It came back down, but look for buys. Still looking good. OSDK, same thing. If crypto is going to go back up, this is definitely good. So, we came back down. Can still look for buys. Even though this may come back down here, always look for buys here. We're down from the 90s. So, this is looking very good. Let's do Caterpillar. So Caterpillar is very, very good long term. I think this correction that took place this year is over. So you can definitely look for buys. As soon as we get a pullback on Caterpillar, look for buys. This is definitely ready to take off back up. So yeah. IBM, look for the sideways that's going to ensue. There's nothing to do here. FedEx also sideways, boring. T is interesting, so T might go back up, but it's just not doing it. I guess just wait for it to come back down again. Right? It wants to go for more correction, and then you can go long. Disney is interesting. I still do believe that Disney may take off. I was wrong on ER, and it happens. I thought they might just explode on ER and have this huge ER, but I guess they want to do it within the market hours, which is very interesting. But honestly, the market is up so high that I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I'm going to have to wait for the market to correct down before I take a long on this. BA, I mean, BA is very is another important stock for me because, again, and this is for you, Newcomb, because you want to learn Wave or whatever. But here's the thing: we get a wave down, right? Now we need another one. Remember, it's always a 3-wave, right? But the thing is that some Wave people are just, like, this is what I don't understand, man. Like, they're just saying, oh, this is gonna take off. This is gonna take off, right? But it's not. It's not, because we're still needing this wave down, right? This is an inside pattern, but we still need this wave down, okay? So don't, like, when you're learning this thing, focus on the patterns, okay? So if you look at my previous webinars, this, and I'm gonna show you a picture soon on my next webinars, that this was actually forecastable, right? And I said that this might just go here for it to create this running flat, 1, 2, 3, and then take off, right? Take off. But this is similar to the Baidu chart, or whatever, the Tesla chart that I'm going to show you now, is that this was still a good buying spot, right? This was still a good buying spot because we're down from 390 to 324. This is still a good buying spot. So you have a margin of maneuver if it comes all the way back down. You can break even at worst, okay? But this is definitely something that the pattern is still looking clean. But if it comes all the way back down, you take your break even on the long, and then you look for it to create another one, right? Because at this point, if you're back here, you don't know what the pattern is going to transpire. What pattern is going to transpire? Is this going to be a expanding flat where it comes and breaks the low here, or is this going to be a running flat? I always forecast this to be a running flat, okay? because it broke the previous high, but I know it's going to come back down. All right. So again, and I was taking shorts right here on BA. I was taking shorts right here because I understood that this was going to happen. All right. I was wrong. Because we kept on grinding higher, but eventually I was right. Okay. But this is just to say that, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, people doing Elliott wave are just gonna say, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? This is completely wrong because we're not even in the spike. We're still in this sideways. Okay. So be careful. All right, so that's it for BA. Now let's do Tesla actually, just to show you what I was looking for. So Tesla is in some pattern like this one, okay, and it's almost exactly the same thing. You copy and paste this here, it's the exact same thing, guys. But I was greedy. The thing is that though, if you look at what I posted back last Friday, I said that this was a good buy. Okay. Right. So if you're in the buy from here, this is still good. I mean, you're not doing something wrong. And if you're being greedy for the news for it to take off, this is totally fine because this is ready to take off, right? Now people are gonna say, "Oh, well, this is completely wrong and all that stuff." Well, this is after the fact. It could have definitely gone back up and just exploded, right? Because it was ready for it to take off, right? We get this three wave on the higher degree, we get the up move, we get the lower degree sideways, right? This pattern is just this, but on the lower scale, all right? And then what do you get? You get a big up move, right? Well, not big, but you get some spike. You get some spike. Now the news drove the price action down, but this is still this is still looking good for the long. The only thing is that you have to be patient. We're in some sort of pattern like this one right now. Okay, so all you have to do is whenever it comes back to this spot, look for buys, and then it's gonna come back down, and then as at any point it's gonna take off. Right? It's ready, but when is it gonna take off? I don't know. That's the only thing you can't know is when it's gonna take off. All you have to do is whenever it comes back down here, you have to take bets for it to go higher. All right, with your stop right here. All right, so you're buying here, and your target is right here because you're targeting a break of this high, and your stop is right here. Okay, and the more you take these kinds of trades, the better is going to be your account, right? You're going to grow your account because these are amazing opportunities, and this is definitely looking good. And on a side tangent, I know one guy, Mr. T, you know who I'm talking about, who made a lot of money on this call from 293 all the way here. Now, if you made a lot of money going all in, I'm happy for you, but you have to understand, remember what Nassim Taleb said. Once you took a heavy amount of risk, you went all in on this play, you 10x your account. As soon as you make this, you have to take, not a break, but you have to chill out, okay? Because it's very easy to fall into this trap of, I'm invincible and I'm gonna just go all in every time and I'm gonna make 100K. No, it's not. It's not gonna be that way. So whenever you have taken these big risks and made a good amount of money, just take reduce your position sizes not to 2K position size, but maybe to $500 position sizes, right? And you can still make a good amount every week if you're good on average by taking these position sizes, right? But the fact that you made that amount of money going all in, you have to reduce your risk right now. Okay. The thing is that, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say. It's just you should be reducing your risk right now, and understand that yes, you were lucky. You had a good setup, and you were lucky because you don't know how this is gonna transpire, right? You don't know how this is gonna transpire. If this had gone like this, your options would have been break even, right? Because we went up slowly, but it exploded, which definitely exploded your contract's value. So yeah, that's basically my 2 cents, man. Like if you had this big win, just reduce it and take your time. Okay? Time is on your side, bro. Yeah, these are boring. NXPI ready for more upside. You can definitely see this 3-wave. So look for buys. SWKS also broke the low, and this is looking to consolidate for more upside. One of my friends asked me about WDC, where oh yeah, and this is a very big 3-wave for it to go back up. So look for the buys here. WDC very similar to SWKS, and he was asking me if this yearly chart was possible. So I don't have the yearly chart, but I think he's asking me if this is possible. Well, this is technically a 3-wave, so yes, this is possible. Now, I don't know the business. Okay? But regardless of the business, this is still possible. Okay? Regardless of what that is, this is still possible. The only thing the only thing, and it went all the way here. Ask Sanchoan. Here, Sanchoan, I told him, yo, short this. It's going to come all the way here, and then it's going to go back up. The only thing I can tell you is that you should be waiting for it to come all the way back here for you to get a good buy setup. I can't tell you, oh, this is going to go here by X amount of time. I can't tell you that. All I can say is that this is the crux of trading. If you understand that, it's like you understanding, like appreciating death in a way, right? The only I can't tell you, oh, it's gonna come here by X amount of time, right? All I can say is that this is a good buy setup. Now, it might stay here until you die, right? For 20 years, for 40 years. It might stay here for 40 years, and you're never gonna make money. But that's something I can't tell you, right? Pound CAD. Pound CAD. You get a spike, you get a sideways, you're looking for a buy. Oh, it went here, it came back down, still looking for a buy. It went here, came back down, you're still looking for the buy. 3 years you were looking for this buy setup. 3 years. Okay? And after, every year you're looking for a buy setup for it to take off. But after the 3rd year, it took off. 3 years of waiting. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at, is that you might wait for these patterns for them to complete throughout your whole lifetime, and it might not. That's something I can't say, but all I can say is that this is a buy setup. So look for buys. That's it. That's the only thing I can say. All I can say is wait for it to come here and then buy. All right? Because then you have a good R2R setup. Because definitely you're targeting somewhere around the $100 area, and you're putting your stop at 28, which is very, very good. REGN, still the 3-wave that I showed you guys, so this is definitely looking to take off. It's pulling back up, so look for buys. Wait for it to pull back potentially. I would definitely wait for this to create some sort of NXPI running flat pattern. So yeah, look for it to come here and then come back down here for it to take off. Where do we see this pattern again? Where do we see this pattern? W day. So W day, very similar to what RGN is going through right now, but accelerated. So RGN is probably here. It's definitely going to grind some more, and then it's going to come back down before it takes off again to complete this 1, 2, 3 up spike, 1, 2, 3 up. All right. And where do we see this pattern again? SQ. And by the way, SQ was very, very nice. What I told you guys, this pattern with this ER, copy and paste right here. Did it happen? It was picture perfect. It was the exact same thing, because we understand, like, you know, previous history repeats itself on average. So, you know, you see this came back down on ER, but it was within the expected move. So what do you think is going to happen? Fallen angel, very likely. It happened right here, right? So you get this big move up. Now, did we get this down move? No, we didn't. So at any point this is possible, and now we're getting this down move. Okay, so wait for this to come all the way back down here to 72-ish, and then take the buy. But yeah, W day, RGN, all these cloud stocks, they usually like to do running flats. They just grind a lot to the upside and then go back down here and then take off. Right. So look out for that one. But this has definitely come back down here before it goes back up. Roku also. So if you've been following me, you took that buy here, which was really good. And then it's gonna come back down here before it takes off. Wait for the pattern, wait for the sideways. So yeah, guys, that was it. DLTR has ER next week. It's gonna come back down here. I think it's gonna go down on ER, to be honest. If it goes down though, within the expected move, probably at 92, 91, buy the fallen angel, guys, because this is looking good for the long term. And I know some people who are in the US who are going to DLTR. Oh, and this is something else. BKNG has fallen all the way here, is looking good for the buy. If you've been following me, we said buy here. That was a very, very good call. Now, here's the thing though. Like, it went all the way back down here on ER, and people are like, yo, is this a fallen angel or no? No, because it broke the expected move on ER. The expected move was like 8%, and it fell down a lot more. So when it falls down more than the expected move, the fallen angel can't really happen because it's not going to spring back up. This has still momentum to the downside. So if it still has momentum to the downside, leave some time for the stock to reverse. If you want to take the short, go for it, but I'm not. It's not, you know, I trade the Momo, but you know, I can't chase something that is down 20%, okay? Like, it's just not my style. But if you do have a setup for it, go for it. It's just not my style. What I said is that wait for this to come all the way back down here. I would wait for it to come to 1680 and then look for this divergence setting pattern with the RSI. And this is going to be a profitable long to take. Okay, so just wait for another break of the low to 1680 and then look for the buy. DE, yeah, I mean, let's do Target because it has ER next week. Target is looking good for the upside. We definitely see this long drawn out sideways here. So what I would want to see out of Target next week is actually for it to drop before the ER and actually break this level to create this sort of very, very big sort of pattern here before I look for buys, to be honest. So I would wait for it to dip. Oh, sorry. Well, not maybe this, but maybe like up to the trend line to 70.20. Okay. So I would wait for this and then look for buys. Costco is definitely looking ready. You can definitely see the three-wave right here. So this is ready to take off. It might be a fallen angel. I don't know. You know, this is not as easy as Netflix to call. So but this is definitely ready to start spiking back up. Definitely, there's no question about that. It's just what it might do on ER, and honestly, like we're in the middle of this huge range. So as soon as we're in the middle of this huge range, it's very tough to call. Okay, so yeah, guys, I think that is it because you guys wanted a short webinar. Let's do Shopify because this is another one. You can definitely see the sideways before it takes off. And yeah, I mean, it's always the same thing, guys. Just wait for a sideways and take the buy. Okay, that's how you kill FOMO, and that's how you become a better trader. All in all, yeah, same thing for HD. Wait for the sideways. We might be in here for a long time, and then we're gonna take off. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting some long-term sideways here, and in the market in general. Oh, and just to show you a very clean three-wave pattern, USD yen. I mean, this was very clean, right? So yeah, guys. I mean, this is just what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for these patterns, and as soon as I'm getting those, I'm always targeting the break of the previous high and creating these skewed risk to reward setups. And over time, it creates an EV, expected value, positive expected value in your account. Okay. Because the probability is tilted in your favor, and you know, you have, well, not the probability. I mean, what you're risking is more than what you're willing to lose. What your expected gain here is more than what you could lose here. So this is all I'm doing. And yeah, let's do gold. So gold is another one that I have to explain before I leave. So I'm gonna do oil and gold. So this is very educational because we're here, right? We get a three wave, and after it breaks the high, what did I tell you guys? Short, right? I'm looking. I took the short for it to go back here, and then it was going great, and then you move your short to break even because obviously, like, you're in profit and there's no point for you to take a loss at this point, right? But it went all the way back up here. All right, it took you out. It took me out. Did I panic or anything? No. But I'm waiting for it to go back up here, and at this point I didn't have a setup because I was like, oh shit, maybe this. Sorry for swearing. This might be a sideways for it to go for one more up, right? However, if you look at gold on the higher time frame, you're still looking for this wave down. Right? You didn't get this so far. Right? So even though it goes back up here, am I panicking? No, I don't care about this up move because I already made money all the way from here. Right? This is not where I want to buy gold. This is where I want to buy gold. Right? And if you've been following me, you were in this buy. But this is not where I want to buy gold because this is ready to go back down. It never like goes up so much except for palladium because palladium is palladium. All right, but gold is something else, right? Bitcoin and palladium, they just go up every time and create FOMO. Okay, it's just insane. These are huge spikes, but gold is not that way. Gold is like regulated and it's gonna stay in this sideways, right? There's going to be heavy shorts here. There's going to be big longs here. And it's just going to stay in this sideways for a long time. It's just not going to take off to the moon like everybody is saying. No. So yeah, if you're in the short from here, you're doing fantastic. Wait for it to come back down to 1280. And yeah, then as soon as we get the 1280, look for this pattern to complete. And then look for the bounce sideways, and then take the next long because then it's gonna take off. Then this pattern is ready for us to go back one more to the upside, break this high on the bigger time frame, right? before it comes back down again. Because of the DXY forecast, the DXY is also going to be in this heavy sideways, right? For the next 3 to 4 years to 5 years, okay? So that's it, guys. Oh, US oil is also setting up for a nice pattern, but here's the thing. I would not buy oil before the option contracts expire in March. And it's just due to the fact that, hey, you know, like, I think that they won't run oil higher than 60 before the contracts expire in March. I think March 14th or March 16th, just because I think big banks are shorting some oil calls, and they just want to wait for this to dry out before and just load up on oil contracts while their option expire, and as soon as the contracts are done, then they're gonna spike oil on some news. So wait for I'm gonna wait 2 weeks before I take major long positions again in oil. But so far oil has been dirty. Took the long here and took the long here. I mean, it's been really solid plays, guys. So good job. And again, for oil, we're gonna be looking to look at like XOP, XLE. We're gonna be looking to look at the patterns on other related oil stocks. Okay, because sometimes other oil stocks have a pattern that is ready for us, and obviously oil stocks are related to oil. So if they are ready, then oil itself is ready. But who is in front, I don't know. Okay, but yeah. So that's it, guys. It was very a quick webinar. I'm not doing a very big one again because you know, I got some other stuff to do. But I hope you liked that one, and yeah, I hope it answered some questions. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. Remember, if you took the buy here on Tesla, you did fine. And oh yeah, one last thing. Here's the thing. I was saying that if you took a buy on Tesla, if you wanted to gamble on the news, the impending news right here, you should reduce your risk by creating a spread. Okay, this is why I was like, oh, this is ready to take off, right? You should be gambling on calls, and I was wrong there, but at least I told you guys to reduce your risk by getting some call spreads, right? This is very important. You made a big win on something else like Hans, like once, right? You wanna, but this is one of the things you have to understand is that you don't have to think that you're invincible. You have to still keep on taking these really good trades. And if you took a call spread on Tesla right here, it's fine. It's definitely fine. Okay, as soon as you have the right trade for what you're looking for, that's all that matters. You didn't go naked. You took a call spread. That's fine. Okay, so don't sweat it. You're going to lose a small amount, but you could have lost a lot more if you had done some stupid stuff. And then you start worrying, hey, what's happening? Is my strategy not working and all that stuff? But no, it's just that you took a risk and it didn't pay off here, but you took the right trade. That's what I'm getting to. Okay, so all right, guys. Good luck for you guys. I have exams to keep on studying for. So yeah, that's been it. Links in the description if you are interested in joining my group. And yeah, peace out, guys. Have a nice trading week. Bye.